Pushing.
Keep going. Door close.
Oh my god.
Cover, guys. Cover.
That's a little bit of a struggle there.
Back glass cannon.
I didn't hit them once.
I love these mic'd up. This is just brilliant, right? They're still having fun. They're Pimp, you almost said it was impossible.
Yeah, it should be impossible. Let's be honest. You know, that was a big surprise for FaZe Clan right here. They played some solid Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
I think Matthew said it in the beginning of the last segment. The only way FaZe Clan were going to win this game if they had good starts to the games, right? And they ended up being up 6-1 in both halves. They didn't even win both pistols, but as soon as they lost the pistol round, they broke Big Clan afterwards. FaZe Clan playing extremely aggressive and fast Counter-Strike. Another thing we did point out that they needed to catch Big off guard. They needed to play aggressive Counter-Strike. As soon as Big, which they didn't, manage to do in this game, would have, forced FaZe Clan to play slow Counter-Strike and sort of like Counter-Strike at a level where you have to rethink your decisions, you have to slow down the pace, then it would have been tough for FaZe Clan. But they were allowed to play fast-paced Counter-Strike throughout the entire T side. They had a good start to the first half, and all of a sudden, they stand here and they won nuke against Big Clan. Matthew, it shouldn't have been possible.
It should have been, but I think it was the only way for FaZe to win that game. If we think about Big's defense, which should have been the decider, the X factor for them, their first line of defense was never strong enough. Jacob said it right. FaZe played a first-degree type of Counter-Strike with this man on the horizon, Kirby, involved in 9 opening duels, winning 6 out of them. Great job on that T side of nuke. But any time they were engaging the first fight with Big, they were winning it. They were always catching them off guard. They were overrunning them. Would it be Surson with the AWP downstairs, Oxentaris with the AWP, or Tapson with the M4? No one could stop the wave. And the momentum for FaZe just pushed them through to that third map.
And the thing is, right, we got Kirby there, he's fragging out, he's doing crazy. But what I was very impressed with, and we spoke about Brokey a little bit before going into it, right, was the fact that he was able to clutch them.
Well, are you're still surprised? Are you still surprised?
I'm just happy with it. We didn't see so much, right? I said the difference was going to be if we saw good Brokey come in form, and we did.
My friend, Brokey is a clutcher, which is insane, because usually that's a characteristic you'd give to old players, veterans, mentors.
Yeah.
You'd say, with the experience, they're going to clutch it out. No, Brokey, he definitely has the vibe. He has the feeling for the clutches, and unfortunately for big fans, it happened once more.
I just quickly want to point out while we talk about Kirby, while we talk about FaZe Clan, right? His individual duels in this game as well. You said it right. He won 6 out of 9 opening duels. He had 11 duels with Surson in this game. He won 8 out of those 11 duels. So shutting down the AWP of Surson. He had 10 duels against Tapson. He won 7 out of those. So you're taking out the 2 best players on Big Clan, single-handedly shutting those 2 down. So yeah, he had 24 frags, 100 plus ADR, but the impact of the kills he got, he took out the best 2 players from Big Clan. That was, to me, the most impressive thing by Kirby.
Well, I know a very, very, very happy FaZe Clan that you were listening to the whole way through. So let's hear from them on that last round and see what they were doing.
Both?
One more.
Both clear. I'm ready to open door. Your contact, Olaf.
Nice, Olof.
Long player.
No.
Okay, I'm coming with you, Long.
Okay.
For taxi.
I'm gonna go in this.
You know about? Nice!
No, it's good.
Oh, boys.
Sorry, I hear you, man.
Okay, guys, can I tell one thing? Can I tell one thing now? I didn't have any unstrat for this show. So we're gonna get. Now it would have been 2-0, man.
It really is, right? Just a bunch of lads having fun, playing some Counter-Strike. FaZe Clan living the dream.
Yeah, listen, they're having fun, but at the same time, you can hear they're not joking when the communication is high during clutches. And these situation, if FaZe Clan can manage to push Big into 3 versus 3, 2 versus 2s, the preparation doesn't matter that much. Yes, you can have protocols into retakes, you can have set smokes that you want to use, but it comes to communication, comes to decisions, and we know they can do it. We know Coldzera is good in clutches. Olofmeister as well, even though frag-wise not at the top, he knows how to position himself in 3 versus 3s. He had the experience. Like Jacob was saying, he doesn't need any micromanaging. He knows how to handle these situations. So Big has to stop FaZe before getting to that situation.
But they haven't across both maps, right? You said we see round after round, we're getting FaZe Clan actually getting away with this here. Big right now going to be looking and second guessing themselves, because I wouldn't want to face off against the FaZe Clan like that, especially on a map like Dust 2 for a decider.
No, and that's the scary part, because realistically speaking, we could be standing right here now, end of day, and FaZe would have won this game 2-0. They definitely had a chance on Mirage to win that map. It went to OT, and they were, for the majority of that game, the better team, I'd say. So there was definitely a chance for FaZe Clan to win it. We do go into Dust 2, and I do think Big Clan, of course, they're still the favorites. They're still the more...
Of course.
well-playing team. They're still the team with the most synergy, with the most team play. But as you said, Dust 2, it's an open map. It reminds me a little bit of Mirage. There's at least an opportunity for FaZe Clan again to make this a very competitive game. I just like the fact that Cold Zero said it right here, right? Just told the teammates, I didn't even prepare for Nuke. I had no idea what was going to happen, and yet they won anyway. That gives us, the story. That gives us the full picture that even though they're coming in against Big Clan, even though they know they're supposed to lose, as you can hear per the communications, they are hyped up, they are ready, they're filled with energy, so they're taking the chance if they're being gifted it. Big Clan, as Maniac said, they have to shut it down, because sure, they're the better team, but if they allow FaZe Clan to get into the game, they can play.
Don't allow FaZe Clan to have any confidence. I think it's going to be the key thing. And two individuals I'm looking at to really deliver when it comes for Big here is got to be Sirison and Tabson.
Yes, Sirison, first of all, famously scout player. Where are the force by? No, I'm not even joking. That's not a meme. Where are the force by win by Big?
I can remember so many of those scout moments where you're just like, how is he doing
that? That used to be how Big were making sure no one was getting off to a good start against them. You would have Sirison with their scout coupled with Tabson's Deagle, Centaurus Deagle. They would win these rounds, get back the advantage early on. That was not the case here. Again, gotta mention it. 6-1 start on the first half, 6-1 start on the second one. That was the story on the first map as well. That cannot be the same story on Dust 2, because if that's the case, you can take all the narratives, all the rationals, you can throw it to the trash, because FaZe can win Dust 2. They can beat Big Clan if they have these great starts. And I don't see the solution other than say, they should probably win the duels. But then again, that seems like a big argument.
Well, we're seeing smiles on the faces of the big guys here, right? We're looking into their team house. These guys, though, at least that's the benefit. They would have had their huddle together, would have had this conversation right now. And that's one thing we know when it comes to Big, is they certainly never back down, right? They've always got something else prepared.
And they should, right? They, as you said, they are the established team. They are the team who's taken the rise from being number 47, 48, or whatever it was in the beginning of the year to now be a stable top team. So sure, they have some extra stuff within their backs. One thing they haven't been good at so far today is winning pistol rounds. They won 2 so far. They're 2 for 2, so they won 2 each. But both of the times Big Clan have won the pistol, FaZe Clan have won the following force buy. That cannot happen on Dust 2. As Maniac was saying, you cannot allow FaZe Clan to get off to a good start. So if you're Big Clan, if you're lucky enough, or good enough for that matter, to win your pistol rounds, you gotta convert them as well. You gotta get rolling, you gotta get started, because FaZe Clan, they will run into trouble whenever they face a wall. Cold Zero said it, we didn't prepare anything for Nuke. So if the initial rush A, rush ramp, rush whatever they were rushing, secret for that matter, wouldn't have worked, what would they have done so, right? The only thing that worked for them is playing fast Counter-Strike and playing, simple Counter-Strike. And if they shut that down, then it is big games to take.
But doesn't that work out really well for FaZe Clan going into Dust 2? That kind of mentality, that style.
Yeah, I think the map plays very well into that angle. How many times have we seen teams steamroll their opponents with, first of all, maybe an A-long take, and then, a fast B split, and then we're going to fake A-long, but we're going to go out middle, and then it's going to be a B contact play. You can create an almost perfect half. If you can guarantee me you're going to get the entry kills every round, yeah, sure, I can probably give you a game plan that you can just overrun and completely choke out your opponents. But as Jacob is saying, if Big are able to push them out of the A plan, if they're able to stop some of these rounds, force FaZe into a situation of maybe economic scarcity, not so much money to play with, or maybe the Russia's not working, they have to change the pace. This is when I think we're going to start to see the cracks in FaZe wall at the moment. They can steamroll you, they have the individuals, they have the experience. Cold Zero, although not being an IGL, has always been a voice in Counter-Strike. He always had a mind for it. If you give him the advantage, he'll know how to make it big. He'll know how to make the momentum big. They have to make sure the momentum never happens.
Now, for me, though, is there going to be any changing from you two when it comes to this? Because I know we were all saying Big. I honestly expected a 2-0 as well. Pimp, you're going to flip-flop on us, or you're sticking to your guns?
Now, you know what? The FaZe Clan, they're dangerous right now. They're smelling blood. They're playing with energy. They're playing with a belief they can win. So I would definitely be afraid if I were the Big Clan guys out there. If I were a big fan, I'd be shaking a little bit. I cannot stand here and say that I think FaZe Clan will win. It wouldn't make any sense. Nothing points towards that fact. Big Clan, to my understanding, is one of the best teams in the world on Dust 2, simple as it is. They've been a little bit shaky as of lately, lost a couple of games, but overall, they have a 75% win rate on the map of Dust 2, which I do believe is one of the best in the entire world at this level, only playing top-tier opposition. So for FaZe Clan to win against Big Clan, win this series, and take them out on Nuke, it would require an even better level than they showed here on Nuke. So it's gonna be tough, but there's definitely a chance.
Well, FaZe may have made Nuke their map this time around, but we're going to Dust 2 for a decider. We may have not expected to be here, but we certainly are. And now one of these two teams need to give it their all. Who's going to take it? We'll be finding out after the break. Will it be Big or will it be FaZe Clan?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have gone to where nobody expected to go. Map 3 between FaZe and Big Clan. And like Pimp said, on the desk, Big Clan considered one of the very best Dust 2 teams in the entire world.
Yeah. We're missing Elliot on this broadcast, but I do have a stat from him just to reinforce that.
Drop the bomb.
We've got, in 2020 here, he said, I'll read the whole tweet, okay? FaZe have done well to get to 1-1, but Big are extraordinarily good at Dust 2. They are 35-13 on Dust 2 in 2020. So a really strong map, a map that everybody wants to make their home map that they never find consistency on, the one that Nexa gets memed into oblivion for picking on G2, where they can be good and bad, and it's just because it is a great equalizer, very aim heavy, very light on strategy, heavier on tactics, but it's a map. It's really hard to really call your home. Now we'll see if Big can do that today. But listen, no matter what happens at this point, FaZe have done something special today. They've shown us a lot. I think they are the better team on both maps at this point. Maybe Mirage is really close, and so it's a bit of a coin flip. But they just showed so many good rounds. I think it's promising. They're filling big shoes, and this is even with Olaf having a struggle on that last map. The rest of his team picked up so damn hard. Kirby in the star player positions, showing up. I'm loving how they're arranging themselves on the CT sides. Really nothing but good things to say no matter what happens. But, of course, we also have to say, after this pistol round, of course, and we'll see what happens here. Trade goes back. Taps and throws himself into the fire, but he actually causes the rotation. It's a free A site crossing cat.
DJ, where's my X-ray? Thank you.
Got to insert a quarter.
This man's paid by the button push. I'll dish it out for that. Searson dishing it back into the head of Coldzera. Olaf looking for some kind of an opening here, but now that Big have their bomb plant, it's really just that one flashbang that's meant to get the CTs back into the action, but they're instead sent back into the depths of which they came, Big with the first pistol.
Yeah, and I just wanted to close out that point. There is a difference, of course, between playing well in just this one series and this one match and this opening whatever versus Big, where it looked like Big are doing well, but FaZe, who knows, hard to prepare for all this stuff. It's the consistency afterwards that will mean a lot more. Everything would have led you to believe that FaZe were not even going to play well here, so that's where they blew expectations out of the water.
Yes, sir.
Whether or not they can continue to do it is another thing. But again, no matter what, after this
scout fight,
whether they win or lose this map, they did something special on map 1 and 2.
Cool. And, even when Nico was still sticking around, we started to see that glimmer out of Kirby. Now tonight, very clearly playing more of a playmaker position, and it's still going well. So, FaZe aren't dead in the water. They're just floating along. Coldzera trying to float some deagle damage into Tabson, but he's having none of that. The scout of Olaf now dropped to 14 HP as well, so excellent conversion round here from Big. I do mirror Matsu's question on the desk. Where was Searson on the scout? Where was that going down on Nuke, man? Searson on the scout shot, that's supposed to be one of the key pieces to Big's force buy victories.
That's true.
We just didn't see it connecting.
Not having the greatest series for sure. He was very quiet, and his performances, really kind of tanked, to be honest. I feel like a lot of the time I spent a lot of time in these matches talking about how good and how much impact Xantares has. But a few more questions for everybody else. Not all firing off at the same time, of course, is the main issue. So FaZe will take the guns they saved and move into the next round. And it looks like Olaf is, it is just the Anticos. We're not sure where he's going to pick, what spot he's going to be playing on here on Dust 2. But it seems like something of an alien for him. 3 Galils, AK, scout on Searson. And hey, 35-13, a lot of it is because of how Searson controls mid. Jumping up suicide very often, controlling for the cat push, tagging players through the door, 2 tags in a row. He won't know it, but I'm sure he can feel it at this point. So consistent with it. And, these feeble wooden doors, okay? With an AWPer with direct line of sight through the middle of the map, putting him there is so incredibly powerful. And Searson really just kind of emphasizes that to the maximum.
Yeah. Very punitive in his scout/op play.
Hit him 3 times this round.
Enough is enough. And Coldzera is able to answer on Xanteras. That's a Galil picked up for Cold. He's not alone on the catwalk play, but Brokey doing a good job of serving up a little justice. Searson inside of the pit, finding damage versus Kierby, looks to clean it up with the P250, gets the job done. Brokey still, oh my goodness. Thought he picked up that kill, but it was the Galil instead. Cold gunning for the Goose Man, and Keto's gonna stop him then and there. A hell of a Deeg shot coming out of Brokey. Oh, just one more was needed, and they could have robbed it all, but no, it's big with 3.
He knew where he was. He was lining it up. He's going for the shot. Almost went in, but the damage is still going to be heard. The rebuys will make everybody spend the majority of their dollars, even though they had a pretty clean start. Really all about the print stream, isn't it? All right, not bad.
Nice.
That's the face I make when I spend $40 on sushi.
Whoa, whoa. Okay, I was gonna say, Keto, where's your gun, bud? But there was an AK in spawn. Thought he was leaving without buying. I'll settle down. We'll see if Searson does too.
They are not messing with middle. Searson's domain. He charges down mid. Red carpet rolled out for him.
What's the best way to deal with that? If you know you can't contest it.
It's really FaZe Clan. It's really FaZe Clan to like avoid confrontation in the early rounds on CT side. We see them take the pacifist route a lot. Yeah, and I mean ultimately on Dust 2, you can give it up. You don't let them out the doors, doesn't matter. If you think they've lurked out, that's when it gets a problem. But they're so comfortable with these stacks. Like, see, Rain has forfeited middle, walked over to A. They've got the 3 lean here. And the A split is coming. We've got the long player staged up. Tizian throws some nades. Actually, are they faking? He's come back to mid. We'll see.
Rain's tucked boxes. Flashes go over top. He definitely heard the CT drop. That's Keto in their spawn now, and because of that opening, yep, working it back to the B bomb site. This all falls on Kierby. Molotov holding him off for only a moment, and he can only get the first. So Keto's gonna lock himself into the position, goes out for the peek. It's a kill back by Tabson, who's looking to lock down mid with the man advantage firmly in the hands of Big Clan. And they'll have it. They'll get to keep it. FaZe concede. 4-0 is the T-side start.
Calling sick. Calling 6. Some great rotations here from Big. Following, this is the part that's hard to copy and also hard to play against because you could watch a Big demo, but you can see they specifically follow to kill. But that wouldn't be a surprise to a team watching the demo. The hard part is, how do you adjust when you lose that, when you drop that frag in a match versus Big? So finding a way to stay kind of very fluid and still look very orderly on this T side. And that's an op that gets punished, knocked down. Oh, Meister paralyzed in fear here at the blue bin. Oh my god.
Man down.
Man got aim punched 600 times.
Yeah, he didn't die from the gunfire. It was from that snap neck.
He died from whiplash. There was one imposter among us.
There's Tabson's kill on the follow-up. I think just as important as Keto's drop into the CT spawn was Tabson's trade frag there, because you saw that by him getting the trade and locking into mid, they didn't even try and contest any further. And had he not been there, or had he not even traded but tucked into the corner, then he would have had to deal with like a 2v or 3vx. Searson finding the headshot into Kierby. Kierby. Guardian bye-bye.
Good day, everybody.
What's this one scout gonna do about it? Brokey, where you at? Sitting passive on the A site. There are 2 players flirting with the idea of rounding long, but Searson sees his prey, and like a hawk.
Oh my god, they cannot figure out which smokes they want to throw here at long. They're just like trading positions. I'll throw it, you throw it, I'll throw it, you throw it. Okay, now they've got 2, and it's follow the leader. Tizian, I don't know. He's communicating with his teammates about what to do here. They're having some communication issues. I need a mic'd up.
Yeah, right.
We get a mic'd up on this long setup here.
Please and thank you. Okay, now you go. No, but you go.
All right.
Meanwhile, Xantera is going to find success at the B site. So poor Brokey, the only man at bat. And he falls further back, step after step. He could just try and fixate on the kill versus Xanteras. That could offer an AK over. You know, just you realize you've had to forfeit the A site and the round. Get this solo lurker.
Yeah.
It's just Xanteras.
Yeah, they have all 3 choke points being watched. I mean, they did for a second. All right, Brokey. Eagle blaze it. But nothing comes of it. 2 Deagles remain.
Oh, nice Deagle damage. But he can't quite get it over the line. And Olaf can't quite get on the board. Still 0 and 3. Tizian. Oh, gonna make it through. Big Clan 5 rounds to 0. Instantly on fire here on Dust 2.
That's a quick one. It's looking like a quick one. Well, we've seen these leads dissipate, so let's see what FaZe Clan can adjust to change up. Again, the issue is the fluidity on Big Clan. So a way to solve that, of course, is to take some aggression. Like you were pointing out, no one's given any friction. No one's causing any friction for Searson, who's looking down middle, cutting out the middle of the map, scoping in between. Think about this fog of war when he's looking through those mid doors, right? He can completely separate the CTs entirely. So responding to that by you know, using a push or having a setup in B where you go, like, say, double push tunnels. That's a thought. Close doors. Here's an option, you know. They get some info here. They get some extra damage. It helps out a little bit.
Yeah, but now they've got to be cautious. You know, if they would have all been a couple of steps closer, then maybe they could have contested that bomb control, tried to deny Keto an exit.
Oh, this is interesting. So they're, I guess, worried more about late long. Brokey's going to help Olaf retake it. If it does come up cat, they can hold on to this. Really dangerous for Brokey, but yeah. But they've got Olaf now in a pretty good support position. Brokey just won't be able to fall back too far.
Oh, Olaf, don't walk in. Or do it. Do it dirty. I'm thinking to myself, he just needs to play in response to Brokey's contact, but now Brokey, he knows a player slipped by him. Xanteras, quick headshot. Frag grenade comes sailing in, does 1/5 the damage versus Xanteras. Bomb plant for catwalk and no CTs in this position. Instead, they're in their spawn. But they know about Olaf, and Searson has the op advantage versus the pit. It would have to be a hell of an AK shot the other way from Olaf. It's doable. Kierby in the meantime kills Keto. There's the op connection from Searson. Last man's Cold Zera. Xanteras, 2 HP. He died to a single shot, and that's exactly what happens. Now it's versus the Opper close, and Cold's gonna close. Welcome to the scoreboard,
he doesn't have a
Clan.
kit. Nope, he doesn't have a kit.
Oh! I reject your invitation.
Oh, that's tough.
Sorry.
Wow. A really good 1v2. He retains the op. Now, man, this is tough because it's the adjustment. Look, they get the info early on. They go for an aggressive opening, which is nice. I think that's something that remedies FaZe's situation a little bit, where once Big Clan had enough space, they're like, we know how to win now. It's over. You give us cat mid and long, you know what I mean? And tunnels, like, okay, we'll win. So they try to nab that problem in the butt, nip that problem in the butt by playing close doors, retaking long. And, you know, however Olaf plays it, as long as he stays alive, it's fine enough, right? But Brokey, he gets smoked by Xanteras coming across cat, F1 race car peak. I mean, just call it a straight-on Xanteras peak, because that's what it is. And with that kill untraded, log control is almost meaningless. Like, Olaf can try to retake, but it's about his teammates coming over from B that are going to do most of the heavy lifting. He just has to make sure there's no second lurker. He comes in late. So, tough one to have Brokey get dropped like that.
Oh, it's a grueling smoke grenade, man. The only thing FaZe wanted this round was to find a player lurking down in tunnels. And the Xbox smoke completely screws it over. Tizian tries to dry cross, and so far so good. Keto's able to lend a helping hand. The Opper's still out there, towards catwalk that is. Tabson will finish off Olaf. Cold's still nowhere to be found.
You don't get the save.
Yeah, they're coming for him. Throwing the flashbangs left, right, and center. And how many is he going to take with him? 1. And that's it. Tizian, headshot, Big Clan, 7 rounds in a row.
Looking crispy. Another rifle. Give it your best shot here. FaZe, so clean on these. Immaculate anti-ecos. Sick on the rifle rounds. Everything's looking so good. It's hard to see what FaZe can do better. I personally like to prescribe a double upper push every once in a while. I think it's a very strong tactic for CTs to do. I think holding B tunnels and some people fighting it can be a bit scary, but with an op closing out that angle slowly, if there's only one lurker, it can be a huge bit of information. Leaving a rifler in tunnels is enormous. Finding a way to get the opening kill, though, I think is something that FaZe probably want to continue to try to do, because they've already seen what Big will do to them if they are giving up, like mid and cat at the same time. So full buy with grenades, Kirby playing in the B. I wonder if that will change as well. Kirby and B this time around. Oh, he's actually he's already made his way out to long. I guess he had a spawn there. coldzera in the B site, trying to lock this down, and it's trying to look like a fast B split, but Brokey shuts down Keto, and that slows things down to a grinding halt. But again, it's a mid-round rotation, so quick, so fluid for Big, that have been the scariest part.
You say grinding halt, but they actually keep this one going pretty quick, man. They've walked Searson out from catwalk uncontested. Rain's gonna pop up like a whack-a-mole, and down goes the Opper. So now it should be the halt. I say should be, because tabseN and Tizian respond with headshots apiece. And Brokey, well, he's completely countered out in this position, just opping down in CT spawn. They could post plant for catwalk. That doesn't really give Olaf a way back into this. Smoke grenade on the corner.
Man, this is not going to be that easy.
What's the play?
Yeah.
Xantera's going to challenge here. The smoke grenade completely counters Olaf. And if he can get these two players lined up, my God. Xantera is able to get the labored spray. Costs him nearly all his health, though. And now Brokey's going to get flanked by Tizian. However, how close is Olaf? That's what Tizian asks himself. It's a challenge on the corner, and Olaf wins it. Takes no damage, and this time, with certainty, they'll defuse the bomb.
That's a weird play by Tizian. He had that, right? Just go back to Cat.
Yeah.
He knows Olaf was long. He still looked pretty confident that he was long, even in that last moment. So, kind of strange. It was pretty much a free round there to just rotate around. But either way, maybe he doesn't know I don't know. Not sure exactly.
Even if he could have just gotten the kill onto Brokey and then faded back to Xbox, there's no way Olaf crosses and gets on defuse fast enough.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe he
kind of got stuck in that
already.
last fight.
Don't really know. Little bit weird. But also, man, disadvantaged situation for Big to come that close to winning in the first place.
Yep. And now we get all that cash back from FaZe. So if they want to, now would be a great time for Big to squander the little economy that FaZe are trying to restart here. Put it in lockdown. Utilities decent enough for FaZe. Only 2 kits, so keep your eyes on that. Olaf and Kierby with 1 each. Of course, that's Kierby back to the B site anchor, just tucked in the corner. 3 men out long here for Big, so we got what was supposed to be the fast B split.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, they're not going to know this at all. Brokey just standing back on the bomb site.
Oh my God, are they actually pulling back off of this? This is like, once the CTs, they forced to push upper. This could actually work out for the CTs.
Except Rain goes parading into catwalk. Kierby's clearing out tunnels in the meantime. He could catch the tail end of something, but it depends on whether or not Big decide to halt. Searson, that's a very crucial kill. Now all of a sudden mid wide open, and coldzera starts to claw this back, but keep your eyes on the radar because the bomb carrier is sprinting into the tunnels. Cold's going to try and stop him. Keto now with a hesitation. Olaf pulls into the station and now has a man advantage back, but they've come into this a second time. The B site's still their target, and Cold's going to drop that bomb. It all falls onto Tizian. 15 seconds. Nobody knows what the hell is going on, and Tizian's just going to try to strong arm his way in, but Brokey closes, and FaZe Clan take a second.
Well, real nasty rifle work from coldzera.
Hell yeah.
At least you got to give him that. That was some pretty nasty Falmus work there at middle to get the second kill, the third kill with this final bullet. We'll get it from his perspective this time around. very low on HP by the time this second duel was done. But man, 3 players die in that spot trying to come out mid to cut off rotations. They all lose their duels. Did Big overplay that round?
That was freaky.
It felt like a little bit. It was kind of strange. They were giving up the long control for free. They had a great split going on. They killed Rain on Cat. They made it seem like they were falling back. They got the kill into lower, but they just didn't execute together when they did any of this. They were just thinking they were so hot in their default. So a bit of a flub, but yeah, again, credit to, even if coldzera dies to the player coming out of tunnels, that round's over. So yeah, pretty insane round from him from that perspective, coming back from a 3v5 there.
There we go. It's not the type of round that I think Big are going to get. The next time we're in one of these kinds of flustered mid-round moments, anticipate Big playing it a little cooler. You know, I think that was frantic. I think they know it. And I don't think they'll let that happen again. We shall see. Time will tell. Molotovs, smoke grenades, frags, popping on long. Keto challenging behind Big Blue. Completely on his own here, but he is drawing the attention of 2 CTs. So the longer he stays alive, the more likely Big can sink their teeth into the B bomb site. That's their target. Searson just clawed one off of long A, so this is just a kernel defense coming out of FaZe. Who have they have in position? coldzera with no utility, and Brokey trying to play the door with Op. 3 Ts coming outwards, bomb dropped, and it's a flawless hold from FaZe Clan.
Monster moves from coldzera and Brokey together, appearing simultaneously to stop that tunnel's aggression. Another round in a row for FaZe Clan. Searson has a long time to save.
Game's on, baby.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Looking a bit better, you know, employing a couple new options. And I actually love, I love the ideas from Big Clan now that they've really established a lot of pressure on the A site. They've shown they can win it. They show they can do it confidently. Their anti-ego so long or so strong. To now turn their attention to these fast mid to B splits. Like, you'd think it'd be the perfect adjustment to catch everyone off guard. But some of the early round nades FaZe are throwing, they're maintaining that they're still worried about the B hits, and that's been enough to stop Big from fully executing. Sometimes, you know, Brokey has shut down the first player trying to run out mid doors. So it's been a key thing that's happened that's made Big Clan change their strategy up. And coldzera, he's a beast right now.
Yes, sir.
He's a beast right now, man.
Yeah, good second kill off the same position.
That guy loves Olaf, man, but who doesn't?
Yeah, what a treat to get him back.
Yeah.
For all we know, we may have never gotten to see him play another game of Counter-Strike professionally.
Thanks, Nico.
Giving the people what they want. Yeah, what a win-win. We got the Kovacs together and Olaf's in the...
I love how in Counter-Strike, all the dream storylines, they always happen. They just, every single dream roster change or like...
Oh boy, Olaf's blind, but still fighting tooth and nail to the very end. As Rain connects to the head of Searson after having dropped Tabson and closing on Xantares. So FaZe Clan now within 3 rounds of Big, actually.
Yeah.
And we'll get the T's back into buy here on the 12th.
The only thing that would have been the most interesting would have been like the simple to MIBR or something crazy. Like,
right, yeah, simple
to anywhere,
MIBR.
Basically. Simple to Sprout, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's get nuts.
Let's get weird. JKS on complexity.
JKS complexity. Yeah, it's so cool. Listen, if we're not getting new maps, I just want roster changes every day.
Xantares has already got his entry out, eh? And Tabson's hopping into the pit, hoping to hop into the pit. Doesn't quite get there. Now a peek from Olaf to close the round.
4 kills.
That was fast.
4 kills. He is super on the board. Really rough nuke. Looking hot on Dust too.
Olaf Meister.
We'd love to see it. Where's the IKEA Marcus, man? That was an Olaf classic. Never been the same since he got rid of that IKEA Mark. I love how he's still in a gaming chair 1 year after retirement.
Yeah, yes.
Love that. He's definitely lying. He's been gaming.
Yeah, what do you think he's been playing if it's not Counter-Strike?
No, he has been. He's been on his alt. Meister Olaf.
No one will ever suspect a thing. You guys heard of this new FPL talent? Yeah, Meister Olaf. Molotov met with resistance. The frag grenade lands in the center of the Bermuda Triangle. Tizian takes the place of it. Good about of utility here for a big. So let's see what they have. They're just gonna chuck it all out there, see what sticks. Tizian lands in the face of rain. Brokey snipping one back with the op. Bombs drop, not comfortable whatsoever. Finally Big get onto the kill feed, but a little too little, a little too late, you'd think. Xantares with a second kill now alleviates a bit of pressure, and suddenly you see FaZe going from like a hard hold to a retake position. And, well, they've done a good enough job of ensuring the retake. No way do they lose this. Xantares going to lose his head. The rifle's just backed off. Let them have what they had. You know, it's like a child throwing a tantrum. Fine, you can have your bomb, but you're going to bed at 6.
You want candy? I'm gonna dump a bag of sugar on your head.
Yeah.
See how much you want candy.
I'm gonna beat you on the head with sugar.
Okay, wait a second. Oh man.
I'm not a parent. I can make those jokes.
It's good to have you here. You're a little jet lagged.
Yeah, I'm a few days late, so I wanted to get right into the casting.
Yeah.
Can't stop me.
Literally landed like 4 hours ago, but we got him here.
Counter-Strike. I mean, I couldn't pass the chance to cast Olaf.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
He literally started flying the plane. They told him, hey, you're not allowed to do that, but...
And I said, who's going to stop me? All right, let's see what's happening. I mean, let's not forget, okay? This was 7-0.
Yeah, true.
7-6.
Very true. And it wasn't easy to get back here. A couple of really good individual shots. Okay, another opening round. A 4K from Olaf on long. That was part of it. Long.
Double flash, goes for the peak, gets Tabson. Man, Olaf's getting down and dirty. 13 kills, 8 deaths, back to the top of the scoreboard. There's his 14th of the first half. And as he goes for the reload, Rain provides cover fire. Searson dropped out of this one. Xantares in the 1v5 clutch attempt. Minute on the clock, no bomb. Olaf strikes him down. Ooh, never mind. We're talking Xantares peaks.
Wow.
There's one for you. Slides by. Zoom. Slips back in.
It was really that Tizian 1v1. Well, it was a sick flank.
Yeah.
It just could have probably just stopped like changed a lot there with the economy. And then a huge play from Coldzera, huge, to make sure that they got the repeat win. Everything lined up nicely to set up this comeback in a really tight half. Man, it was looking so solid from Big.
Walk out onto the A site. Molotov will land at the feet, but there's just no time. Simply no time. And he dies regardless. FaZe have somehow, some way, off of the back of some awesome individual moments, most notably Olaf, time and time again, from 0-7 to 7 rounds each. And there's no reason to believe that FaZe won't close this half with a 1-round edge.
I think what's crazy too is just the kill distribution on FaZe. Apart from like one player sometimes, are just everybody else is just putting together huge numbers. It's never been two bottom. Oh,
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Got excited.
I missed. I was looking at the stats to try to catch us up. What just happened? Brokey collat down in suicide?
Yes, sir.
Holy.
What a way to send a message to Big before the second half starts. How do we get back? That's what Big have to ask themselves. You know, Searson, for somebody who was putting out tons of damage through mid at the start of this half, I do feel like there's a direct correlation between him conceding mid control and FaZe Clan starting to win more rounds.
Sure. I mean, it's such a big part of the map. Like, it's just an unbelievable amount of emphasis on your opper. One of the, every other map you'd say is closed off the T side oppers. Dust 2 is the opposite. It's like almost imperative.
It's like they stopped facing him, so he stopped looking for it, and by extension of that, stopped getting control of it. And things have only gone from bad to worse. Searson will try his damnedest to get that 8th round on the board for Big. A potential lineup from Tizian, but he misses the mark. That's 3 of 4 CTs coming out from their spawn. Searson versus Cold on site. And Searson missing the shot down lower, but completely blindsided. 30 seconds left over. Tizian, 13 kills. Top of the scoreboard for Big goes down. FaZe running it back and getting themselves a 1-round lead. Will they genuinely close this series? Join us after the break to find out. Chillin', big chillin', and understandably, because FaZe Clan should be comfortable after running that first half back from 0-7 to an 8-7 lead. Launders, I want you to tell me who wins this series.
Whoa, that's heavy. After okay, I'm gonna stick to Big Clan. I mean, pick them. So I'm just gonna stick to them because right now, look at the coin flip. But I've already made a prediction, so I'm not gonna go back on that because there's more on the line if I do that than go the other way. So now, instead of being a flip flopper, we're just gonna take a look at Taps and Tippity Tap. A player back spawn. Bomb gets dropped in an awkward spot, and Searson,
nice fly.
He's not going down.
Olaf ready to fight them all, man. Look at this swarm from the Big Clan. It's a 1v1.
Everyone's died here.
It's a 1v1 from Xanterra's health advantage. Smoke goes down. Rain has bomb.
It really depends if Rain... Oh my god, he's trying to walk it back, but Xanteras can see the other side of the smoke. I think he's going to be able to know what's happening, right?
Greasy.
Wait a second. We've got a tire break. Get a pit stop here. Frayne is holding back in.
DJ, I would like a third-person
Okay.
perspective of this creepy, crawly angle from Rain, please.
Yeah, let's see how sweaty exactly this
Look at this guy.
Could it get any sweatier than
You
this?
tell me the last time you saw a professional player sitting in this corner.
Just a couple of pixels to work with, really. I mean, this is the ultimate. This is sweat central. Look at the sweaty man right here in the corner, sitting here like he's got nothing better to do. Get a life, Rain. Oh my God.
$20 says if we cut to his player cam, he's just lounging again like he was at the start of the round. You know?
Yeah, but
Hands
this
off
is
the keyboard.
But real talk, this is actually good play. It pulls Xanteris off. It starts to get in his head, and
Sure.
Rain has to create a timing where he can shoot Xanteris in the back of the head or the side of the head because he's such low HP. So it's kind of like the most obvious thing he can do, but at the same time, Xanteris can't assume he's only doing that because it gets dangerous. However, he's reading the site correctly.
Yeah.
Right. This is a straight-on gamble. Of course, Xanteris doesn't have any info. He's just making a really good read right now.
He's back over there on ramp. Oh, there it is.
Whoa, could he have lost there?
P250 hits the headshot, and suddenly this one's done. 8 seconds. Flash goes high. Rain needs the kill, and he's not going to quite find it. Big Clan with the pistol. Damn, man, I love the grease on that one.
Yeah, that was-
Dripping.
Yeah. Castor oil. Look at that. Tabson's hands started sweating after that for Xanteris.
Damn, Rain. And I mean, again, like as much as Xanteris gambles on the bomb site, so does Rain. Rain drops mid, goes to B. Perfect. Bomb plant, everything could be going well, but instead...
Purest 50-50 you could possibly have, right?
Yeah.
And I do like when, let's say Xanteris doesn't pick a site and he plays in middle or something in between, you might lose once the bomb goes down. And also, you deny against the bomb plant, so I like picking a site. Especially here, the rotations are not too hard. Like, he can get over to B pretty quick, no matter what decisions he makes. So I like FaZe here, cracking open the middle of just the middle of mid, and not seeing any CTs, getting tons of information this early on. But the way that I like Big's eco as well, the way that they're spread on the map. Sorry, not eco. What am I talking about? They're anti-eco.
Damage down at the base of mid. Solid hold as well. With Keto in that corner, really allows the door player to float back and forth. But Olaf kind of welcomes them in. This is a beckoning call. Come get some. And he does tag Xanteris down to half HP. FaZe Clan still very much clumped up in mid. That's 2 scouts trying to find the mark. Ouch, eat flash.
The cat crawl. Trying to bait a footstep. Allow the rotation to come in around to the site. And now that player's on Goose. Tabson's in his comfy position.
Searson's doing work. There's the scout we were looking for. Oh, man. Oh, he hits every single one of them. Near perfect shots. Big Clan back in the lead. 9 rounds to 8.
Hey, man. This is what you need to see. The Maniac called for this. Where was the CT scout on Nuke?
Yep.
Very fair question. You're just not gonna win. Big's game plan, whatever. You need Searson to be hitting scout shots and op shots. This, of course, was an anti-eco, but that's something for the confidence. Some really good early rounds, and as you said, as he stopped kind of looking down mid and seeing players, didn't have as much impact, turn over to the CT side, he could take control of things, as a lot of attention will go up cat. And talk about attention. We've got a player asking for it, running into the top of middle.
Yay. 250 kill. What's going on here, boys? Getting a little too big for your britches.
And Searson's low as well.
Dude, they're taking tons of damage. Like, just happy to fight these, but like, Tabson on the M4 now, 45 HP. Searson's on 6. Was that worth it? If you'd gotten a kill for sure, but
yeah, it depends.
in hindsight.
Yeah, it depends. It just depends what they read. If there was like a lower default or something, he's in a prime position.
Goes for the boost and spawn. Flash into long A. They didn't see anything, so Tizian will take to the corner. He's going to hear all those footsteps running up cat, so now they know exactly what's coming. Searson trying to get out of danger. Man, he can't... Oh my God!
You kidding me?
He flashes himself to give them a damn chance. That's like style points. He takes one hand off
That's
the scout and
the
still hits him
MJ
between
no
the
look
eyes.
free throw right there.
Hell yeah. Then Xanteris dunks the nade on cold. And that bomb's still not planted. CT's swarming this site. They're going to challenge and deny it. No money made by FaZe. Big on double digits.
He really just flashed himself and then hit a flick.
Yeah. It's like alley-ooping yourself with a blindfold.
I'm actually speechless.
I'm angry.
That could have been...
For no good reason.
I'm mad. Indiscriminate yelling. Oh man.
Choke.
Okay, the fast cat. Well, let's hope that FaZe don't choke after that.
Hey.
That's tough. I mean, he is, regardless of whatever that was, one of the best, car players. Like, very confident in that position. Knows how to get that second kill where most people get flashed off and only find one. There's a few people on that list. I think Searson is definitely one of them. They chasing? Nope.
In the head.
Oh, he stays on.
Go for it.
Perched on the ledge.
Now Tabson's at bat. Flash goes past. Perfect team play. And why not? Just keep extending the kill count. Maintain your man advantage. Yeah, you lose Tabson, so be it. You can still afford to take some calculated risks, and Tizian does exactly that.
He is so good at that, actually, pushing long. He always finds the right opportunity.
Never does it too often.
Yeah. It's just the right amount of,
Yeah.
spice.
Walk out from Cold Zera on mid. Tizian's going to clear Cat. Meanwhile, Keto locking down the B site. Just has to keep his head down. Little mid contact. Searson dying. That could be a problem.
Whoa.
But Tizian should still have him.
Cold.
Oh, as long as he doesn't give him this angle.
Well,
Roki's going to come running back, and that's just death delivered on his doorstep.
Well, if you want to know exactly how far you're supposed to go, Tizian's showing you exactly how far that is. Just on Cat, there's just nothing you can do about this. He has a powerful angle towards lower B. If they haven't committed to his site, he can stop you coming back from indoors. He can flank you on Cat, but not jumping down into mid, out the doors, overextending in any regard. Really good stuff. So, 3-round lead.
Double op.
Oh, they just go right for the double op, and I know this is, Big get really strong here. Keto's hot and cold. So,
I think right now he's just, at least he doesn't have to be super hot with his roll.
it's actually kind of a weird round to do this because of the situation of, FaZe's money. But
I was just about to say, he doesn't have to be too hot because he's just playing back B plat, right? We saw him do enough last round, but now he's going to get pressured. He lines one up through the smoke already. Xantera is here to lend a helping hand. The damage is fantastic. The death is done. Look at that pile of corpses. It's gorgeous and sickening all at the same time.
yeah. Well, that's one way to help.
Yeah, by help I mean do everything.
Yeah. Keto wakes up from his flash and goes, "You stole my ace?"
Good to keep that Opper up and alive, though. Heavy investment with that round, so Xantera is keeping the economic pressure off of the backs of Big. Now what are they going to do? Transitioning on to Long. Searson, now the sniper in position. FaZe can't go anywhere without being faced by snipers.
Oh man, I wonder.
I love this. Tabson's going to get loose.
Yeah, true.
Cold's keeping him honest, though.
It's I don't know.
Oh, he smoked it.
Oh my God, he smoked. Wow. Okay, so what's the play now? Things get so much more hairy, and Rain's holding back in spawn for this push. So kind of nuts. I kind of wanted to know where that play was going to go, but I'm not surprised that he died if Rain's holding. So we'll see now what happens. Searson has been trying to maintain his presence on long. He's only at car, but they have no one on Cat to worry about, so it could be a strong position. However, no, he's got a full nade set. That wasn't even his smoke there at long, so he's got everything to use.
We saw one get run boosted. He plucks off Rain. A second snap into Kierby. Lays the smoke at his feet. A flash. That could definitely help as Keto comes running up from CT spawn. Another off shot. Cold's going to trade one. Searson, barrel to barrel, goes down at the hands of Cold. And Xanterez on for the clutch.
Oh, we know what he's capable of. Oh my God, he gets up.
And he follows up.
He knows the second player.
Solo. already a quarter HP, 30 seconds. Molly to the feet, a jumping bit of damage. Now there's nearly nothing left. Xanterez honing in on him. Just playing with his food and slaying player after player.
Absolutely hunted. We saw Ziwu hit that fantastic drop op shot on the A ramp of Vertigo. That was clipped because that was beautiful. We see some of the same here with Xanterez, predicting where the jumping player will land as opposed to trying to track him the entire time. And just doing damage to number 1 and number 2. And then Olaf, I mean, he's just trying to get the bomb down, you know, relax.
Wow.
With that bad smoke, you need 2 smokes across now. They didn't have them.
Bro,
I think that'd still be sufficient, but yeah, crazy.
How does Searson live that
How
long?
does Searson get those kills? Nuts second shot. Craziness.
Props to Keto as well, delivering when he has to. You know, it's not easy to run up from CT, trying to help a player pin behind car when you both have ops. Oh man, I thought for sure that was FaZe to a 9th round. And they would have still been within 3, but now it's very much Big pulling away from this. A round they have no business losing here in the 22nd would lead us to believe we are staring a 14-8 score in the eyes. It's beady little black eyes for Big Clan. FaZe like rats at the bottom of mid. We've seen attempts on the B split. Crisscross smokes go out. It's going to lend them a bit of room to work with. An additional smoke to ensure nobody's in position. Xanterez with Keto holding the line. And it's good enough at the start. However, Kierby's the only man to still stand. And now he's going to get himself an op. He doesn't have the bomb, but he's got the heavier weaponry. Oh, there's the peek. He didn't see it.
4-3, yeah.
Ah, awkward. Big Clan with a 14th round.
You know what? 4-3 is one thing. Kirby plays on 800 by 600 black bars.
Yeah.
It's still 4-3, but I mean, he's seeing the least amount of Counter-Strike possible and the grainiest. I'm sure you could go a bit lower than that. I'm sure he's got RTX on, 240 hertz monitor, 800 by 600 black bars.
Yeah, 900 FPS.
Oh my god. He's got more FPS than the population of Denmark.
Oh my goodness, this is not looking good for FaZe. You can really feel Big kind of getting into their comfort zone at the moment. They've got 3 players stranded behind Big Blue. Frag dunked upon them. And Tizian's just going to keep cranking the heat. He's going to go for the peak and doesn't actually walk away with a frag. But Tabson, this is, I think, the play he wanted to make when he got caught out by Rain. He's gotten himself all the way deep in T-spawn, justifies Big rotating everyone over. And FaZe, I mean, they could definitely fight their way out, but think of the damage done early.
No, not just that. Yeah, like Tabson with this Aang, they know with confidence that it's all over here, especially if they're just going to assume no one else has lurked. The amount of info he's got already.
Oh man, they are so pinned in position. Utility, 2 smokes, flash, and a molly. Nothing compared to what Big hold on to.
Tabson could just put a rock on his controlled key. He's probably knows he's going to be here for a while, waiting for them to approach A. Little do they know that they've been stalked.
Oh man, nice.
With a dink.
Uh-huh. Trying to find vision over top of it. There's still a world where FaZe just connects some critical shots. But obviously the odds stacked in the favor of Big. Molly hits the bomb site at the 22nd mark. Xanterez can just go for the wild jumping spray down. Tabson actually comes off of his flank because he has another Molotov. 15 seconds. They do drop Xanterez. Now everybody's over on Cat, and there's no Molotovs left. Keto through the wall, onto the double. Third frags Tabson's, and Big Clan find 15.
Hats off. It's marvelously played there by Big Clan to have the fallback. Not even overplay that as well. It's information FaZe never got to learn that they had. And an insane shot from Keto. Looking very comfortable here on CT side.
Nice Cat.
Yeah. Yeah, and this could be the last round. 7-round lead every round. They've got to hear that sound. FaZe on match point.
Damn. Keto just rattling off with the op. You know, we kind of questioned his op when we saw the second one come out.
Yeah.
But he has just been instrumental. At first I thought, he's just going to be the B anchor, let him be cool. But he's been peeking all over. And, well, this one's not quite over yet. Maybe peeking a bit too aggressively. You know, 7 map and match points to work around with. You can take some calculated risks. But when it rains, it pours. And the man's on for the ace. Sitting pretty on his 4th frag, it's Kierby to take it away. Slides out from that B site to put a 9th on the board for FaZe Clan. 6 more to go.
Nearing the post-Nico era, Rain has put up some great performances.
Yes, sir.
Really, you know, at one point on this team with 3 other legends on it, he was the star player of the roster. It's been a long time since then, and you know, we'd be hard pressed to believe the consistency could come back to that level. But what we've seen recent times is some of that consistency, looking very strong. With that 4K, puts him at 20 on this map, but they're still 6 rounds down. So, Big Clan, yes. Well, do they even have to concede around here? Keto's already got an opening kill, looking just on point with all guns at this point. I mean, it was his Mirage CT op or like the A site op that looked a little bit out of place. Yeah, dropping some easy shots, but this, and this boost.
Whoop, second player connects it. You are right though, that one half of Mirage was definitely where the...
Okay, this could be it.
Oh no, not like this.
I mean, in fact, this probably is it.
Oh, that was a crucial kill, especially considering Kierby struggles across Dust 2. Oh my god!
Come on!
Give them a damn chance! Searson just playing around with them, trying to challenge the window yet again. Let's see it, Rain. Clutch to keep this game going. He's got Searson just outside of the doorway on 37. Tizian barely alive. It's Keto that should be the biggest issue, and Rain's gonna commit to staring at his feet. He lines up 2 bodies. Now it's all on Tizian. 13 health, and it's gonna be enough. Big Clan close on Dust, and after FaZe ran it all the way back in that first half, it's a near flawless CT side from Big.
Wow, that was Rain giving it his damn best try. But Tizian, who definitely did look hot at times, coming through to end the game. I mean, I would say every half, except for that last one on Dust 2, FaZe looked competitive. Funnily enough, it's Dust 2 where they don't look as well prepared. We had Cold Zero quoted as talking about how on Nuke, they didn't really have any special preparation going into it, really surprised themselves. Maybe they'll start playing some more Nuke because of how good they look. But they did look good, and it's just been such an inspirited performance from FaZe. Nothing but good things to say about them. There was a slow come up on a lot of these maps in the starts for Big, but FaZe, it's just so impressive overall.
My most enjoyable component of this entire BO3 just has to be the amount of fun that we saw FaZe having.
Yeah.
You know, when things kind of got a little serious towards the end of Dust 2, the laughs were shaken off, but they enjoyed themselves today on the server, and I think that everybody can say it was an enjoyable experience seeing Olaf back in the mix, seeing the camaraderie, and seeing a performance that not many people expected. Big do take it in the end. Super streaky Dust 2, by the way. 7 rounds in a row, 8 rounds back for FaZe, and a near flawless CT close. But we're going to hand this one over to James Banks and our analysts to finish off the day.
Thank you very much, guys. It's a pleasure to have them with us finally here in Copenhagen. And Scrawny touched on it just then, right? The streakiness of that. It was a great start, which you guys said certainly was needed coming out here from Big Clan. And it went in their favor at the start, but it got very scary towards the end of the first half.
Yeah, after the first half, I was very scared. My whole narrative was absolutely going down the drain. We said Big need to have great start. It was the case in both halves. They were in the lead 7-0 at the beginning of the game. Then FaZe mounted a crazy comeback on the back of a clutch at the beginning. Tizian missing the mark.